Achilles, hero of fate and flame. Chapter 1. Birth of a Hero. Achilles' story begins long before his first breath, in the tumultuous realm of gods and mortals. His mother, Thetis, was a sea nymph of extraordinary beauty and power. Zeus, the king of the gods, and Poseidon, god of the sea, both sought her hand. Yet a chilling prophecy from Prometheus foretold that Thetis' son would surpass his father in glory. Fearing the rise of a mightier god, Zeus arranged for Thetis to marry a mortal king, Peleus. Their wedding was a grand affair, attended by gods and mortals alike. Yet it was marred by the arrival of Eris, the goddess of discord, who, uninvited, cast a golden apple inscribed, "To the fairest." This act sparked a chain of events that would eventually lead to the Trojan War and Achilles' destiny. Chapter 2. The Immortal Flame and the Mortal Heel. Determined to make her son immortal, Thetis sought to protect Achilles from the vulnerabilities of mortality. According to one version of the myth, she held him by his heel and dipped him into the river Styx, rendering every part of him invincible, except the heel by which she grasped him. Another tale speaks of Thetis anointing him with ambrosia and placing him in a fire each night to burn away his mortal weaknesses, only to be interrupted by Peleus, horrified at the sight. Either way, the outcome was the same. Achilles would grow to be invincible in all but one small part of his body. Chapter 3. The Education of Achilles. Achilles was entrusted to the wise centaur Chiron, known for tutoring many heroes. Under Chiron's guidance, Achilles learned the arts of war, healing, music, and philosophy. He grew to be swift-footed and unmatched in combat, his spear always finding its mark. Chiron also introduced Achilles to Patroclus, who would become his closest companion. Together, they trained, hunted, and shared their dreams, forging an unbreakable bond. Chapter 4. The Call to War. When Paris of Troy abducted Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, from Menelaus of Sparta, the Greeks assembled a massive army to bring her back. Odysseus, the cunning king of Ithaca, and Nestor, the wise elder, sought out Achilles, knowing his presence would be crucial. Yet Thetis, aware of another prophecy, that Achilles would achieve eternal glory, but die young if he went to Troy, disguised him as a maiden at the court of King Lycomedes. However, Odysseus, through clever trickery, revealed Achilles' true nature by presenting weapons alongside jewels. The young hero could not resist the call of battle. Chapter 5. The Rage of Achilles. At Troy, Achilles quickly became the Greeks' most formidable warrior. He struck down countless Trojan heroes, but his wrath would become legendary when Agamemnon, leader of the Greek forces, dishonored him by taking his prize, Briseis. Enraged, Achilles withdrew from battle, and without him, the Greeks suffered greatly. Only when Patroclus, donning Achilles' armor, was slain by Hector, prince of Troy, did Achilles' rage ignite fully. His grief was insurmountable, and his vengeance unstoppable. Chapter 6. The Death of Hector. Achilles re-entered the fray with unparalleled fury. He sought out Hector and challenged him to a duel. Their battle was fierce, but Achilles' speed and strength prevailed. He killed Hector and in a display of rage dragged his body behind his chariot around the walls of Troy. Only the pleas of King Priam, Hector's father, softened Achilles' heart, leading him to return Hector's body for proper burial. Chapter 7. The Fall of a Hero. Achilles' fate caught up with him soon after. Paris, guided by Apollo, shot an arrow that found the hero's only vulnerable spot, his heel. Achilles fell, not in the heat of battle, but through a cruel twist of fate. His death marked the beginning of the end for Troy, but his legacy lived on, immortalized through song and story. Epilogue. Eternal glory. Achilles' body was burned on a grand pyre, and his ashes were placed in a golden urn with those of Patroclus. Even in death, Achilles remained a symbol of heroism, rage, and the inescapable grasp of fate.